Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Mediak podcast. And today we are going to be going over probably one of the best movies ever made. Skylar, how's it been?
I've been pretty good. Not gonna lie, kind of excited.
Just to talk about the movie.
Yeah, I like the movie.
It's fantastic. I mean,
It's hard not to.
it's hard from our generation to not love this movie because we grew up with it. And
Yeah.
it's like that alone puts this movie on its own pedestal. I one thing I like about the episodes with Sky is we always go right into it. We do not dilly dally. We don't talk about
I don't
our
dilly
last
dally.
weeks. I know that.
No, I don't care.
I know you're so
Now,
excited. You're just like we got to get into it. We don't care. We don't care. Got to get down to it. Brass tacks. Yeah, but like apart from nostalgia, this movie is freaking incredible. It is an absolutely like ageless classic.
I
Bodacity.
actually I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, I feel like they do every character such a good
Yeah.
justice. They have like a good mix of like humor, seriousness, good music, really good villain,
Oh my god,
and
yeah.
like
There's a lot of stuff that goes into it, but I kind of chalk it up. Whenever I was watching it, I chalked it up to three things, which was lore, characters, and great writing. Obviously, there's like a lot more to it than that because the voice actors go like absolutely crazy as well. Like
yeah,
they
they're
they're
definitely
crazy in it. I love Jack Black. Can't go wrong with him. But like,
yeah.
there,
That man's so good at what he
I
does.
know,
I don't
right?
know
It is
how.
absolutely insane. But like,
They give him the goofiest characters and he knocks it out of the
and
park
he
each
loves it,
time.
man. No one can say bodacity and like have me fall in love with it like Jack
Or
Black.
skadoosh.
Yeah, skadoosh. Like that is no one can say it. It's just him.
Yeah.
It's just him. Yeah, but one of my favorite things about I not that I didn't notice it any of the other times that I watched it, but one of the things that I really appreciated while watching it again, especially like trying to be critical with it, was how much world building it had and like all of the different like backstories for literally every little bit. And whenever Poe was going through all of the like hallway and he was like the blah 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 blah, I was like, oh, that's really funny. That's probably gonna mean something in somewhere.
Not even that. It gives like a good shot into like the culture of
Exactly,
it.
just
Like,
how
like
much
whenever
thought they put into it.
yeah, it shows like the village come together for like whenever the Dragon Warrior is being announced, like everybody's like
Yeah,
running up there, excited. And then there's like the noodles. They're like everybody likes the noodles,
yeah, it's so good.
obviously. I mean, I'm not gonna have it. They're not gonna have it be out of business in the kids movie. It's gonna be busy. But like honestly, I feel like you can remove the title of kids movie from this and just make it action. Just action animated. It's good. Like
Yeah,
it's
I
just
mean,
good.
I mean, obviously, it still is a kids movie, but
Yeah.
like,
But
I
it doesn't feel like it,
I
which is
agree.
nice.
It's just you can watch it with any age and still enjoy it because there's so many like lessons that you
22?
what
22 and
oh
kids.
is that wine?
No.
This is water. You're 20. You're 22, so you're allowed to say it's wine. Oh, yeah, oh, it's vodka, and he has a chaser.
No, I'm a demon if that's vodka. Oh god. No.
That'd be
No,
funny.
it is
That'd be
wine.
a Zach move. Talking in the
But
third person. I'm crazy like that.
okay, back to the movie.
Yeah.
So
Poe's literally me.
is there like a I mean, I feel like everybody knows the basis of Kung Fu Panda.
No, we're not gonna go. Okay, that's not what we do here. We don't go over
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
general idea.
I want to go straight to what like one specific part of the movie, like the scene or
Bro, there's
just even
dude, you know what scene is my scene because I
they don't.
quoted it for my year thing for volleyball. Our school did not have yearbook quotes, but if you played a sport, then whenever you were graduating and a senior, then you could have a quote. And what I did was I quoted that one scene from Kung Fu Panda where Oogway is like like crap, what is the it was the yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift, and that is why they call it the present. I quoted that and then did a little dash, Master Oogway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Um was it how do you feel the animation style holds up?
I
Because I think
think
it looked pretty good.
I think it was fine at so I think at the very beginning, like that animated sequence at the very beginning,
Yep.
the like 2D style one, not the 3D
Oh,
style one.
okay. Yeah, I like that.
I think that's incredible. I think that was like the best possible way they could have opened the movie.
Mm.
And then for like probably 30 minutes, I thought it was like fine. Like I was like, this is 2006. Well, 2008, 2008 came out. 2008, something like that. 2006, 2008, sometime in that area. I was like, it's not like bad, but I can see that it's aged a little bit. But there was like a turning point whenever Tai Lung broke out of the prison and the animation started to get really good from then on out. There was a couple drops every now and then, but basically all of the action sequences and the entire second half of the movie was absolutely beautiful.
I agree. I feel like all the parts they needed to nail, they did.
Without
So
a doubt.
that's all that really matters to
Yeah,
me. Just get
exactly.
the parts that needs to look good, look good. We're good. I mean, the story building things, yeah, it can look average. It's just like
No, I
it's
mean like
a
none of it. I don't think for the time that any of it looked
oh
bad.
no,
I
for the
don't
time
mean
it's good.
yeah. I
It's for the
think for
time
the
it's
time it's
really good.
incredible. It is really crazy. Like if you really put
That was 50
into
years ago.
account like the movies that came out just like 10 years before it
Right.
looks so good compared to then.
Yeah, I mean, even some things come out right now and look really bad, and Kung Fu
Honestly.
Panda's beating
Oh,
them.
bro, don't even the Flash. You haven't seen that movie, but some of the
I
CG,
don't want
I
to. I'm
love,
being honest.
I
I don't
love the
want to.
character of the Flash, but man, some of the CG in that movie does look really, really bad. It looks really bad. Oh, it's okay. It's
Okay,
okay.
so uh, how do you? Okay, what do you think my favorite part of this movie is?
That's a hard question because it could be like one of the really stupid jokes, or it could be like one
It's
of the
not a
dope
stupid
ass
joke.
action scenes. It's definitely Ty Lang escaping prison then.
Okay, it might be. Okay, it might be.
Exactly. Like, dude, that's like everyone's favorite scene because it is
It's
like one of the
so good.
dopest
Or
scenes
him
in the
on
entire
the. I
movie.
also like him on the bridge versus the Furious
Oh
Five.
yeah, I love that. It's so good. You,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That thing is it's so good. I don't know
it's
how
such
they
a good
came up
movie.
with that, but
Oh my god.
oh, okay.
Whatever genius wrote this movie, I wish I'll kiss them.
I want to sit down with
Absolutely
them and be
beautiful.
like, "Yo, what
This
makes you
this
pick
is
a
core.
panda?"
I really wish okay. We got to address the elephant in the room here. Last week no one watched last week's episode, but we
But
said
if
that.
you went
But
back,
if you did, we said that Corey was going to be on today, and he was not. And I'm really upset about that because I took notes as if he was going to be because this was like Corey's introduction to anime. Dragon Ball was his first thing in an anime, but like
yeah,
I got him to watch Dragon Ball because we bonded over Kung Fu Panda.
that's awesome. But
I
Caden
was
said
like,
Dragon Ball is your gateway into
Dragon Ball
anime.
is the gateway anime. It's just kind of how it works. You watch Dragon Ball and then you get into anything else. Oh, or nowadays it's like Jujutsu Kaisen. Like you watch
That's what
it.
I said. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jujutsu
at
Kaisen,
least
Demon Slayer,
nowadays.
Naruto,
As a kid, it was definitely
Naruto.
Dragon Ball. You watch that and you're like, whoa, he's big muscle.
Yeah, you're like it's literally Goku.
Yeah, and Kung Fu
Yeah,
Panda is literally just like Panda
it's literally
anime.
Poe.
It's like
Yeah.
Western anime.
What notes did you take? I'm curious.
So I said I love Jack Black. I said
Yeah, everybody
I said
does.
ageless, 10 out of
Yeah.
10 opening,
He
bodacity, how Corey got in the anime. Poe is literally me because he's like a loser. Then he like gets into karate
he
and
didn't rip with
he's like
noodles.
I can't go back to normal life because my normal life sucks. Um,
Yeah. Are you talking about whenever he's with Master? Oh my gosh, why am I forgetting
Master
his
Roshi,
name?
yeah, that I love that scene.
No,
It just
Roshi.
I'm not gonna sorry. Master Shifu.
Yeah, Shifu. Yeah, yeah,
Dude, Poe is literally Goku. He turns into the
yeah. Yeah.
like
Well,
the Dragon Warrior. It's what Goku is.
yeah, except Goku was never a loser. He was just like, hey,
That's true.
I'm
Goku
really
was always
strong.
just goated.
Yeah, he
Maybe
literally
a
had
little
to eat the
stupid,
orange
but he
thing. He
didn't
was just
really
so much
care.
stronger than everybody else around him.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Um, was it? I don't know why. I thought this was really funny. Was whenever he was telling his dad he had the soup dream, the noodle dream.
I love that man.
He's like, Dad, I had the new. He's like, I had a dream about noodles, and his dad's like, you had the noodle dream. That
That
was
kind of goes
crazy.
with something I was gonna say up next, which is there's like an unbelievable amount of really like solid lessons in here. And I made a joke
What?
about me using
Life
my
lessons?
what?
Life lessons?
Yeah, life lessons. There's an
Yeah, they're on.
unbelievable amount of them. Like the one that I said earlier, like even though I was using that as a joke, this is a really good life lesson. Live in the moment, man. Everything's gonna be okay. It's gonna turn itself
Master
out.
Oogway had another one. There are no accidents.
Exactly. I wrote that down.
That's a
I
good
wrote
one.
that there are no accidents. It came up like 100 billion times.
Yeah.
And then another one was one often meets their destiny on the road to avoid it. And then
Yeah, that's a good one.
obviously there is no secret ingredient, which is
Yeah, I
come
like
on,
that one
man.
a lot.
That one connects to everything. I don't have to spell it out for you. That one makes me
Yeah,
really
the real
happy.
dragon. The what makes a dragon warrior is the person, not some
Exactly.
secret.
Gotta believe in yourself and your talents,
Yeah.
and you'll go all the way. That's all
It's
that
actually
matters.
unbelievable. I didn't think about all the life lessons it has
I
until
know,
we started
right?
talking
It's
about it. It's
crazy.
actually insane.
This
Like,
movie,
those are just
this
the ones
movie
that came off the
teaches.
top of our heads.
I
Like, you
watched
wrote
this.
them
I
down.
was
I'm just kind
six.
of
I
going
was
from
six when
memory.
I was six whenever this came out. This movie defines who I am as a
I
person.
believe that.
Up until the second movie, until I saw that one, and then that one defined who I am until today.
Oh yeah,
I think the second movie is way better than this one, and if
which
Corey
is
was,
insane.
it's crazy because I think this one is like a near perfect movie. I
Yeah,
it's a tight film. There's no really story beats that I feel like don't make sense, other than you have to
agreed.
suspend your disbelief that they're animals and they have like special kung fu powers. But that's not
That's
like a
not
hard.
really a
That's
kung
not a
movie.
hard thing to do because I
It's
don't know.
animated.
Yeah, it's animated. Also, one of my favorite things about Kung Fu Panda that a lot of animation
Wait.
things. What?
Isn't this around the same time period as like Shrek, Puss in
Mhm.
Boots? So it's not like it was a new thing at the time
No, this
either.
isn't new. I was saying that as like a I don't know if you are the
Yeah.
hardest movie critic and you only watch like art
A
films.
panda can't do that.
You
A panda can't launch
can't
that
poke
long
people
into
and
the
stop
air
them from
40
moving. What are you
feet.
doing? Come on. He shot energy out of his
There's no
hand.
way a praying mantis can hold up a bridge by
Yeah,
itself.
come on, man.
Like,
It's funny. But
yeah.
like I was saying, one of my favorite things about Kung Fu Panda that they do, and I think all three of these movies, better than almost any other animal related cartoon, is they have the animals do like movements that are very specific to what that animal is, and they fight like that, and instead of just like making them a human, but looking like an animal, you know. And I thought that was
Yeah.
really I like having oh my god, Snake, Viper, like do all of her
Yeah.
stuff, and same with everyone else. It's really fun.
Tigress. Tigress
Yes.
fights more like a human
Well,
because
yeah,
she's yeah.
yeah.
But I forget the like bird, but I like
Crane.
how his is like primarily like he like waits
Squirrel!
for like an opportunity to
Yeah,
strike. Like he'll like go away, come back in, swoop
they
up
all
like
have
in like
fighting styles
support.
based off of their animal types, and it's really cool. I like it.
Yeah. I like the praying mantises. Mantis.
Yeah,
Mantis.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
So good.
I like how Mantis fights like really close, really
Yeah,
small, and does like a lot of flinging.
it moves around a lot, so you don't see him.
Yeah.
That's his whole shtick. It's
And then
great.
I like how Poe is just the dragon warrior and just kind of I like how
His
he
is
figured
ultra
out
instinct. He turns off his brain and just lets it do its thing.
yeah.
That's how
fantastic.
Poe fights.
Okay, there's one question I want to know the answer of.
I have one answer that I might have an answer for
I
sure.
hope it's a little harder than I think it is. Would you rather erase this trilogy from history or Guardians of the Galaxy from history?
It's hard. That is a hard one because those are two very.
Yeah, I tried to pick two really good trilogies. I was gonna do Spider-Man, but Spider-Man isn't done yet.
That's true. I also probably would have picked Spider Man because I don't like how the second one ends. But I don't know. That's
Yeah.
hard because there is a movie in each of them that I think is still good, but not as good as the other two. Which in Guardians is the second one, and in this one is the third one. I don't know. I like both of them basically defined a certain portion of my life.
And I think they're both really good trilogies.
I think they're both incredible. Oh wow, that's a hard one.
They're all really good independent movies, and together they're fantastic.
I guess I would have to remove Guardians of the Galaxy because it had less of an impact on me in my life than Kung Fu Panda.
So it's nothing about the movie.
It's nothing
literally
about the
just
movie.
you.
It's truly just about how, because I think they're about even. I'm not gonna lie, because I think Guardians 1 is as good as Kung Fu Panda 1, and Guardians 3 is as good as Kung Fu Panda 2.
I was gonna say, I think Guardians 3 is the one that really brought it back. Guardians 3 is so good.
Guardians 3 is incredible. I think Guardians 1 is also incredible,
I do
But
too.
I think the second one is also very, very good, but I don't think it's as good as the three. But like
Yeah.
it's literally the exact same quality in my opinion. So it was all down to a matter of how important it is for me.
Yeah. Is there any character that you wish was further explained or further dove into like a backstory
No,
or
because they kind of do that. They kind of do everything I wanted in a sequel in the second movie. Like I'll get it. We'll get into it tomorrow. I mean, sorry, next week. But not really because literally everything that I could have wanted out of the next movie, which would be more like like show some of the lore that was explained in this movie, which is exactly what they did in the next two. So no, I literally no complaints. It's such a good trilogy. If you haven't seen Kung Fu Panda by this point in your life, you're doing something like wrong.
very
And
wrong?
if you
You
don't
need to
like
see
it, then
it.
you are really trying not to like it.
Yeah, you have to be really nitpicky, I think. Like, you have to be like, "Oh, the animation isn't good." Be like, "Okay, well, it's it was like before 2010.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly,
there's a major
the
jump.
animation's good. It's really
It's
good.
so good."
It's really
Yeah.
good, and the
But if
montages
they're going from
are
like
really good.
Across the Spider-Verse had better animation for sure, but
Well, obviously, but that's like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they're like, "Oh, well, it isn't like that."
that's like comparing Jujutsu Kaisen to like episode one of One Piece, and
Yeah.
being like, why do these
Like,
two look different?
it was so much earlier. Like, of
Yeah,
course it is.
honestly,
Yeah, but
upsetting.
honestly, I don't even know if you can find that much to complain about.
Dude,
I
I'm
mean, not
I,
too many
I I
times,
have
right?
zero complaints. I did not find a single problem with this movie, and obviously nostalgia is going to be blinding me a little bit. But like,
Me too, but
it, the only reason why this doesn't get a perfect score is because there is something that is perfect, and it is the second movie. So if this
yeah, and
gets a
it is next.
9, at least in my opinion. I think Kung Fu Panda 1 is a 9,
I was gonna say probably a 9.
without a doubt. It's so freaking good. It
I
makes me
mean,
really happy.
I mean, like, I don't wanna give, like, a perfect
No,
because yeah, because, like, how can
we'll
you get
talk
better
about it.
than
We'll
perfect?
talk
And that's
about it.
next like,
Yeah,
next week is
we're
perfect.
talking about it. We're gonna
Yeah,
talk about it. Oh
yeah,
my
I mean,
god.
it's, like, at least a 9. Like, the highest I'd go is probably, like, 9.9 because it can't be a 10 because the next one's a 10. So,
Oh,
like
I have like no news. Skylar,
so,
you,
anyway.
I gotta find something to talk about because I have no news for the next segment.
Oh, didn't you see? No, I sent you the pictures of, Wolverine and Deadpool 3 on set.
Oh yeah, yeah, but I don't want to talk about that because that spoils.
Oh, spoiler!
Well, no,
My bad, I forgot
we'll,
about
we'll
that.
we'll we'll talk about it in the
But,
next segment, I guess. But
yeah,
yeah,
that's pretty much all I saw. I mean, I don't think too much has really happened.
not really. It's really upsetting because I wish there was more stuff, uh, in relation to news that happened
I
recently.
mean, other than, like, obviously, like, the new episodes stuff coming out, like, the Superman show came out,
There,
Jujutsu Kaisen,
there's
season
drama
1.
that's going on with Shang Chi, but I think it's fake drama. I don't think it's real drama. But I guess we'll get to it. Oh my God! There's an entire segment of Kung Fu Panda that we didn't talk about, and I know that we would have talked about it if Corey was here, and I'm very happy I remembered it. And it's the freaking score, man. The score
Yeah.
is Hans Zimmer. Am I not wrong? One of the best composers of all time, and I think he makes probably the best singular score of all time in the second movie.
He just
But
literally, like, everything about Kung Fu Panda 2 is just Kung Fu Panda 1,
but
just like,
better.
if they did this a little bit better,
It's
and,
just a
like,
little
and
bit
they did.
better.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, was it Hans Zimmer? I think I might have got my. No, no, wait.
Are you
Sorry,
excited for Kung Fu Panda 4?
brother. I am freaking out. Kung Fu Panda 1 was 2008. I was right. He also
Was
did
2000
do.
what?
Sorry, what?
You said 2008?
Yeah, 2008. And I was right.
15 years
Hans Zimmer
ago.
and John Powell did Kung Fu Panda. Such a good soundtrack, man. Dude, some of the soundtrack, like Oogway Ascends, that like brings tears to my eyes whenever I hear it. Whenever Oogway dies
Yeah.
and like listening to that, oh dude, it's so good. Sorry.
That
Kung
was
Fu Panda
really good
4.
animation too. That
I
was
agree.
really cool how
I
they had
agree.
him, like, pass.
I
Like, all
agree.
the leaves.
And that was also another lesson moment. I just didn't want to write it down because it was
Sad.
no, it was long. It was whenever he was talking about that peach tree and he was like He was like, you no matter what, you can't do this. And he was like, yeah, but I can choose when it grows. And he goes, yeah, but it's always going to grow into a peach, and you always have to wait for it to grow. So calm down.
Yeah. And
I
was
like
that
that.
whenever Shifu was like, it's not an illusion. I can do this. I can physically do this. I can physically
Yeah,
do this. Yeah.
and
It
and
was
and
crazy.
and Uguay Sands, that part of the score just elevates it to another level, and it is just it makes everything so much better. And also the sound design in general was really good that I was thinking about, because that's one of my favorite aspects of movies is sound design, because I think that's something that really puts a movie onto another level, and is also the reason why I like Tron Legacy as much as I do. And like whenever impacts happen in Kung Fu Panda, I don't know if this is because I have my TV really loud, but you really feel them. There's like a big boom, and it's
Yeah.
like, and it also
I also have
sounds.
mine loud though.
That's fair.
Yeah. Who's watching this movie quiet?
Dude, who
That's what
doesn't?
I
You have to hear everyone scream.
Yeah, I want to hear everything.
Wait,
Also, a scene that
skadoosh.
I really liked that I forgot to bring up earlier
Yes.
was whenever they are announcing the Dragon Warrior and Poe's trying to drag that noodle cart.
It's so
He looks
good.
like
I love
it's
Kung
so funny. He's like,
Fu.
"Oh, I'm almost there." He looks out. He's like, "Oh, you gotta be kidding!" Like, and then like the one family
Just
just
such
walks
a
past him.
that is indeed a very Skylar joke.
Well,
I
I think it's like very. I think it's very like that age joke.
You know what? So if I were to pick a moment that I would expect to be Caden's favorite scene in the movie, it would be the scene where Poe is making fun of Shifu with the bulls.
It probably is.
Yeah.
I
So
have. I don't know because I didn't ask him. I should have,
that's
but
fair. So Caden is Skylar's little brother, and one day we want to get him on the podcast to talk about Family Guy, because it's his favorite show of all time.
talk about it again.
He talked about it, obviously he did, because it's his favorite show of all time. But we went
Yeah.
out to Permanis. No,
Buffalo Wild
Buffalo
Wings.
Wild Wings recently, and it was like literally every other minute, Caden was like, "Hey, do you guys remember that time in Family Guy when Peter did?" And then just like brought up a really random. I've watched like maybe 10 episodes of Family Guy total, and like 8 of them have been with Skylar and our other friend Skylar. So I don't have an extensive knowledge on it. So every time Caden asked us like this very specific thing, we all just were like, "No, maybe," and then
Well,
he was like,
I
"Oh,
know
that's
some.
great." It was so funny. Oh my god, I failed you. I forgot to watch the episode.
It's all good.
I'm sorry.
I also failed you, so it's fine.
It's okay. It's okay.
Did not watch Invincible.
That's okay. It happens, man. It happens.
Yeah. I'm I'm kind of jumping the gun, so I'll wait till we get to what we watching. I'll wait till we get there.
You're gonna start
So
talking about something you were hyped about.
not hyped, just update.
Oh,
But
okay. That's great.
yeah,
All right. Well, we could get into news to talk about the two things that we are going to talk about.
okay.
And
I want to
then
talk about Kung Fu Panda 4.
okay, we could do that right off the bat.
Yeah,
I am excited for it. Its runtime is only an hour and 24 minutes, I think.
that's not bad though. This first one was like an hour 40.
Mhm. I don't think it would be bad. I'm actually happy that it's kind of shorter, because then that means that they're confident in what's there. That, or they didn't have enough of an idea to get it to be. I'm just gonna
I
go into
feel like
confident in saying that they have what they want.
I feel like they had a long story planned out and they were cutting scenes that they didn't feel were up to par, and that's what they ended with.
Maybe.
So I feel pretty confident in the time. It's not that drastic of a difference
Yeah.
between the
No, I
others.
think it'll be
I
okay.
off the top of my head, I don't know why I know this. I do not know the runtime for Kung Fu Panda 2 or 3.
Neither
I
do I.
know I know this one's an hour 40, like an hour 42.
Kung Fu Panda 2 is the longest one. I don't know where 3 places, and I know 4 is the shortest one.
Mhm. Again, I don't have a problem with that.
Neither do I. As long as they do good. I watched the Nickelodeon TV show, and I know that Netflix has attempted a Kung Fu Panda TV show at least 3 times. So I would assume that they're not good because there have
I
been
was thinking,
4 non-canon Kung Fu Panda shows. So as long as they do Kung Fu Panda 4 good, I'll be happy about it. But if it comes out and it's bad, I'm just gonna pretend like it didn't happen.
yeah, it will end at 3.
Yeah, it ends at 3.
I have a question. So, do you think the animation is going to be on par with Puss in Boots? Because it's the same studio, correct?
Yeah.
DreamWorks. Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah, it's gonna slap. It's gonna fucking be crazy. Never mind.
yeah,
This
that's
movie's
what
gonna
I'm
be
saying.
so good.
Yeah, Puss in Boots.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
gonna
if
be.
it's
It's gonna.
anything like
Never
Puss in
mind. It's gonna
Boots,
be
Puss in
so.
Boots is like Puss in Boots still might be my favorite movie of all time. Like
It's
the
up
last
there.
one,
It
it
really is
still
up.
might
We've
be.
got. We got to. I want to watch that again. So we really got to review it again. We got to review it in general. We should do that right after. It's such a fucking good movie.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I love that movie. I can go on for an hour.
I really.
Genuinely, every single
I
time.
really could talk about that movie for forever. That's as good as Kung Fu Panda 2. Like it really is.
But I do think I feel comfortable going in with the expectation that it's going to be if Puss in Boots is a 10, I go in comfortably thinking that Kung Fu Panda 4 is going to be an 8.
I'm gonna go in
I
thinking
feel
it's
comfortable
as
saying
good
that.
as the third one,
Which you,
which you'll find out in 2 weeks.
yeah. Um, I feel like that's a fair statement.
Yeah,
I
think
have
so.
a little. I think I have some decently high hopes for it. I mean, I'm getting back into it, so of course I just want like more Poe, more everything
Mm-hmm.
because it's been so long.
Yeah,
But I
he's
have high
back.
hopes. I mean, everybody was content with there being 3, and they felt confident in making a 4th.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay,
So
that's
it's
not
gonna be
how it
good.
works. That's not how it
I'm
works at
gonna say
all.
it is.
Money. Yeah, you're right. Okay, my bad. We're gonna just stop right there.
Well, for the fans.
Yeah, it's for the fans.
I mean, Puss in Boots was such a massive
Yeah, no,
success.
okay, well,
Everyone was
okay,
really
I'll give
trying.
you it for Puss in Boots. No one was asking for another one of those, but a lot of people were asking for Kung Fu Panda 4, so they probably would be like, yeah, do this for money. But I don't think they are. I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, I hope it's not just oh, here's Kung Fu
Money
Panda
grab.
4 and it's just like a title grab.
Yeah.
But I don't think it will be. I think it's gonna have a good story. I think the fighting sequences in this one are gonna be I think they might be the best. I think this upcoming one is gonna have obviously the best animation. I think it's gonna have some of the maybe not the best writing because I think it's hard to beat 2.
It's really
But
impossible. It's just so good.
yeah. But I think it's gonna be better than 3. And I think it's gonna be like good writing, great animation, great fight scenes. Obviously, I think it's gonna have a good score.
I just okay. I actually don't know who's scoring it, but if it's not the goat, then I don't know if it's gonna be as good.
I'm not. Well, I think it's gonna be good regardless. I mean,
Well, it's not
I
gonna be
feel like we're
as
not
good
gonna
if
stray
it's
too
not the
far.
goat.
I mean, it could be for all you know. I mean, this guy could be the goat, and they should have went to him from the beginning. Maybe he was inspired by your goat.
Maybe
You never
that'd be
know.
crazy. I don't know. I'm
I mean,
excited for it, but I think going in with the expectations that it's as good as the worst movie in the trilogy, I don't think that's a bad idea.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
unless it's slightly worse.
I'm gonna do a multi summon right now. Do you want to hear what the results are?
I'm actually not gonna do a multi as
Of
I
course,
have
don't.
both.
I wasn't telling you to. I'm saying I'm going to. It doesn't look good. I didn't get any good characters flying in.
It's okay. Caden pulled the GT duo and
Dude, I just want one of them. I want one. I just want one of them.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I don't
okay.
even
I
want
mean,
them that bad. I don't care. I didn't think I was gonna chase any of them, but like,
Caden.
I came to the idea. No, not Caden. I just was like, you know what? If I'm gonna get, I want one of the 4 characters from this, and if it's gonna be any of them, it's gonna be the Majin Buu guys
They're
because
cool.
they're just cool. They're just cool. So I
That's
was
what
like,
me and
I
Caden
want
talked
them.
about.
Yeah, they're just a cool card, so I
The
want them.
GT one might be better, but the Majin Buu Saga one's cool. So
Yeah, honestly, that's
it doesn't matter.
really all it chalks up to. And I got
Yeah.
nothing, by the way. I got absolutely.
Caden runs him slot 1. He's like, just let them cook. That's what he literally yells, let them cook, and then puts them in slot 1, and then they kill the enemy.
That's so
And
great.
he'll have like the GT one in slot 2, and they'll get like 1 attack, and they'll be like, they stink. And I'm like, they didn't even get anything.
I'm so excited for Caden to go to college. He's such a great boy.
Yeah, he's funny.
I'm building my team right now for the
you want to hear how?
No.
Just to explain how much Caden likes this card, he's like, he starts it off with saying, "This might sound bad," and then he's like,
anything Caden says that with is not good. You should be scared if Caden says that.
This card and Kristen, I think I'd make this card.
No, man, dude, that's facts. He's onto something.
Yeah, that made me laugh so hard. They just celebrated their 9-month anniversary.
Oh, congratulations!
He's ready to throw it all away for this card.
That's so funny. Good for them.
Yeah, he has him 69%.
As it should be.
Too. Yeah, he has it. He has them 69% too, so he's really excited.
Yeah, he's the Majin Buu card 69%.
I
can't even get him once.
He got one with stones off free, then he went to tickets. Got
It's
another.
so lame.
Yeah. It took him a while to get the GT one though. I will not lie. It took him like at least 600 stones ish. I mean, it's not too bad, but for him in the
I
beginning
am
of the
over
game,
600 now at this point, so
I mean, yeah, but you're also like drastically further into the game and can support yourself without
that
all the new cards.
that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. I'm kind of goated at Dokkan. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Kane
I'm up
also
there
bought
with the
some of those
best.
the ticket packs.
Oh
He
my
bought
god,
some of those.
I forgot that Easy A's have auto battle now. Oh my god, this is gonna be so
That's what
much
I've been
better.
doing.
Yeah, this is so nice. I'm just gonna be doing this for the rest of the podcast, and I can talk, and
That's what
it'll
I've been
be
doing
nice
from
and
the start. I'm
easy.
about to finish Vegito.
So the company that is also making the Iron Man game, that's also making the Wolverine game, that's also making the Spider-Man 2 game, is now making a Black Panther game.
That sounds sick. There's also the Jujutsu Kaisen game.
That's also coming out. I'm excited
I'm
about that.
excited for that one.
Because
Tell me
it's
more about
it's
that.
2v2, and so
I don't mind that.
I I am actually very excited for that because it's perfect because Jujutsu Kaisen is the only anime that, well, not the only anime, but that's the only weekly anime that me and G watch. So that, I'm excited to play that with her. I also
Yeah.
realized that me and Skylar could play with videos too because it's 2v2. So we could just play
Yeah.
together against people online.
Yeah. I am thoroughly excited for that game.
Me too.
I think it's gonna be good. I mean, it has to be really bad for it to be bad. Jujutsu Kaisen is just cool.
Well, I mean, even like the basic fighting anime
Mechanics.
games, like they're always good at the very
Yeah.
least. You know, they're none of them are bad. Just some of them just don't have a lot to do. Like I heard that the Demon Slayer game
Demon
didn't have a
Slayer.
lot to do in it. Yeah,
Yeah. I like once I beat it, there was like,
yeah, that's
yeah,
what I heard.
it was like fine. Like I had no motivation to go do anything else. I just wanted to do the main story because the main story looked so good and it was so fun.
That's
But
fair.
then after that, like it was just like training. I was like,
That's very fair, man.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But I don't think it's gonna be like that. I'm ready to do the weekly review of
No,
Jujutsu
wait. I
Kaisen.
wanna talk about the
Oh,
Wolverine
oh,
thing.
I apologize.
I really I did. Okay, I'm just gonna say one thing to try not to be spoilery because it was a set photo, so I don't think those. I I don't think we should talk about those much because anyone who doesn't want to hear that, like, you shouldn't be seeing that. It's not in the trailer, so it's not what the film
Yeah.
wants you to see. So I would understand if anyone doesn't like that. So just like double click on the YouTube a little bit. Go ahead 30 seconds. But like I really like how Wolverine is wearing the yellow suit finally.
Yes,
Okay, that's
I was
it.
gonna say the
That's it.
original suits.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy that they're very comic accurate. That's all I'm gonna say, and we're gonna move on. So
Yeah.
we could talk about Jujutsu Kaisen. I actually have something to say about it, but I'm gonna take a swig. Just tell me what you think real quick.
I actually liked it. I thought it was a good. It was a good way to come back. I
Me
like where
too.
they're picking up.
I haven't read the manga for Jujutsu Kaisen, and I don't want to read
I
the
have
manga
not
for
either.
Jujutsu Kaisen because I love the anime so much, and I think it's too.
Yes,
I
that's
think
what
it's
I'm
too
saying too.
beautiful.
It looks too good. The voice
Yeah.
actors are really good. There's no reason
That
I
it.
need to do that. Like, I
So
mean, I'm fine with waiting.
yeah, I'm actually at that point with One Piece too. Like I think the animation is too good for me to go ahead
Agreed.
and read. And I finally did catch up today, actually, but we'll talk
That's
about it.
awesome.
We'll talk about that more after
Been
Jujutsu
there
Kaisen.
twice.
Yeah, of course. But Mappa's been doing this thing that people aren't happy about, and I don't understand it because I'm super happy about it, and I think it looks incredible, and I think it's because they're not like they're using the manga as reference, but they're not taking shots from the manga as much because what they're doing is they're taking actual directors and they're basically shooting it and not doing rotoscoping, but really taking human movement into consideration, and that's what they did with Chainsaw Man and this. So it has like a very film stylized view, and you know what I'm talking about immediately, right? It
So you're telling me people walk like Gojo did?
no, yeah, like they just they had someone do that, and then they really tried to mock it instead of really trying to focus on getting the anime like panels out. And I don't think that's a bad thing because
No, it's
if you want to see the anime panels, then you can read the manga. The anime is like a different interpretation of the exact same story. I think as long as they say the exact same stuff and like do the same motions. You can have different camera angles and it'll be fine, you know? As long as it's good and stylized, like Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man. I think those are the two ways to do it: is to exactly adapt the manga or make it look good and have a style to it.
So I personally liked the episode. I didn't care that there wasn't much action. I think it was a big like background storytelling,
Mm.
kind of like getting me into where we were starting at.
The
And
first
so I
five
think it was
episodes of the
lovely.
season are Gojo as
JoJo's
a
best.
child.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
child,
Well,
but
kid. He's 16 or something, right?
yes, he's younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
I
I
like his trio.
yeah. Well, he is. There's actually five of them if you watch the intro.
Yeah, but
In the episode, it
I
was a
don't remember
trio.
the intro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay. But I think it was a perfect first episode because it introduced the new Chainsaw Man kind of style and like a way that wasn't weird. Like it wasn't like with Attack on Titan whenever they changed the animation style and it was like a whoa, this is gross. Like it still looks basically the same. It just is now more fluid. And
If I'm
not
being
that
honest, I
Jujutsu
think it's all
Kaisen
different.
wasn't fluid before. It was always fluid, but now it's just like it's one for one. It just looks so good. Not one for one. Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. Just all the normal
Um,
movements look very stylized.
Lily did not like that there wasn't really much like action or anything like that, and I was like, it's like it.
It's
I was like,
one
it ended.
episode.
It ended with what is going to
Yeah.
happen in the next one, and
Also,
there's
there was a
about to
lot
be
going on in this episode. I felt.
there was
I felt like
like
there wasn't any lulls
e-
at all.
even back then, Gojo was the strongest.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. And G thought it was cool too. We liked the way that they did the
basketball
like
scene,
what?
the basketball scenes, I
Oh
love
yes,
them.
that was awesome. That was really
Yeah, they
cool.
were sick.
It was great. But
Gojo's a
but
bucket. That's all I'm saying.
it's facts. But the infinite hallway, me and G really
Yeah.
liked the way that they played with the camera on that one. Like that one
Mhm.
scene where it was just a really I guess long take. It's animation. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the only way for me to say it.
I get what you
Where
mean.
they just kept walking by and it just was the shot of the window. I really liked that. It was great.
I
I
did
thought it was
too.
fantastic.
I like how like those two girls. I forget their names.
It's okay.
But
Me too, man.
yeah,
I
but I
thought the
like
blue
how
hair
they were
girl.
like,
I forgot we saw
mhm,
her already.
yeah,
She was the one that has the knots down her face.
uh,
I just couldn't tell
yeah,
because I was talking
um,
to G about theories and I was like, I think she's gonna die. And then G was like, I actually don't think that because she's alive.
man, maybe. Uh,
Yeah,
what was it? Every time Gojo's on the screen now, I think of your theory about something has to be covering his eyes.
it's just I don't think that anymore because he just casually had his eyes out and about for a couple
Yeah,
points.
I mean, man, do you count that his glasses?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
That was always a
He's
kink in my
strong, and I
theory,
don't
I
know
guess.
why.
I don't know. Well, that's the reason why I shouldn't have been telling people that because it just wasn't true.
Yeah, and it got debunked in one episode.
It did. It did. It just doesn't make any sense. And I'm very
But
happy that so dumb. I'm so dumb, man.
I also another part I really liked about the episode was whenever Gojo was on the phone. I forget the other. I'm so bad at names right now.
Uh,
I can't remember his name.
Ghetto was his friend.
Okay, like the one in the basketball scene, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah. When they're on the phone, he's like, "Yo, it just blew up," and he's like, "You okay?" Like, and then he had like a ton of like swords at him, and like, "So you're
Yeah.
Gojo?" He's like,
Yeah. It's
"Yeah,
so good. It made me really excited for next episode and
I am
getting
too."
a sneak peek at Toji Fushiguro, which is Megami's dad. It was really cool seeing him and finding out that he is a sorcerer assassin. That's cool.
I agree.
So
It's good.
what do you think he has the shadow power that the Zenin clan likes?
I don't know.
I think he does. So there's a reason why. So Megami is there's a lot of classism and racism and stuff in Jujutsu Kaisen. Uh, like it actually happens in a lot of anime, shockingly. But so the Zenin clan likes Megami because he has the shadow power that all the other Zenin should have, but he's not a Zenin because his dad got married to a Fushiguro and he took her name because he left to go do evil sorcery. So I'm guessing that he also has the power, or he wouldn't have been a Zenin before. No, that's not true because they don't get rid of your title of Zenin if you're lame, because Maki is still a Zenin.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just kind of saying stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll take the opposite. I'll say he doesn't, and he has a different power, and that's why he chose to be an assassin.
All right, we'll see you next episode.
He was right.
Yeah.
But, what's the one girl? She's basically immortality, and at one point she'll reset and become God. Is that what
yeah. Well, I mean, no. That girl is the new body for the new god, for the god. Okay. So they're like, we gotta have his consciousness take over her body, or he'll become God.
And then I like how in that scene, so Gojo.
How do we know it's bad? How do we know it's bad to do that? I'm just curious.
We just do.
We do, I guess, yeah.
I really liked how Gojo's like, so what you're telling me is, and the guy's like, sure.
No, then he said Digimon. He said he gave a Digimon quote. Gia giggled at that, and I paused it, and I was like, "You giggled at that, but you don't know what that means. You don't know what that means at all. I know what that means because I watched Digimon as a child. I was a weirdo. I'm kidding. Digimon's not for weirdos, but that was just funny. I saw that, and that made me happy. I was like, oh my god.
There have been so many actual other references.
I know, like they reference Bankais and Rasengans and Kamehamehas. So good.
And then now Digimon.
Oh, they referenced the Castaway. They referenced a bunch of real movies.
Yeah,
good stuff.
It's so funny. It's a really good show. I told Caden you should get into it. It's so good.
It's just one of the best. It really is.
I saw somebody comment. So the next 15. Well, I know the first. Is it 5? It's 5, right? For Gojo's Past.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't remember what the next part's called.
Shibuya.
Yes, Shibuya arc.
Mm-hmm. Right? Shibuya District.
My bad.
You're good.
See, districts didn't seem right because that's a very Demon Slayer type thing.
But, well, because it's basically the same.
But okay. But I saw somebody say, "Yo, they're making this many episodes of the Shibuya District. I can't imagine crying for 16 weeks in a row." And
I heard it's crazy. I heard it's really good. I heard it's really insane.
Yeah, I did too. Like, I still don't know if you remember, but I remember saying very early on to you, whenever this is starting, whenever Jujutsu Kaisen ended last time, it's like, yo, you think Gojo's strong now? Just wait. He gets absolutely destroyed.
And I gotta like, who is it gonna be by?
I have been waiting ever since.
We have not seen a single character that could even relatively stand up to him.
Yeah, I know. Like,
and we know that Toji doesn't, at least in the past, because Gojo's alive now.
Yeah, so I know he doesn't die then.
Yeah, so we know he doesn't die in that fight.
Too much either.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who would put him on his ass.
I really don't know.
It's me.
Yeah,
I do it.
Gave him the guest appearance in episode 13.
I'll get him.
Yeah, you just flick your glasses real quick.
Yeah. Absolutely go to town on him. I take off half of my glasses and then I can see and use my full power.
Would you like to talk about the new Superman episode?
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it was two of them dropped, but I only watched one of them with my mom not too long ago, and it was really cute. Not much happened in it, so I can't give much of a big review, but it just was a good introduction to this new version of Superman and all the different characters. It was really cute. Someone described it as anime Superman, and that's what it is. And I really don't have much else to say about that, because when you watch the episode, you'll know what I mean. Literally nothing happens except, like, he kind of awakens his power a little bit. That not much happens, but it's like enough that I'm interested in watching the next episode. And it's probably a really smart idea for them to have dropped 2 at once, because I probably would have been a little dissatisfied if I if I was counting down the seconds, like, for the show to drop. Like, if I was really excited for it and that was the only episode I watched, I probably would have been a little bit disappointed. So it was a good idea for them to drop 2. Not saying it's bad, but it wasn't Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Episode 1.
I agree, but at the same time, I don't think anybody was expecting anything.
You also didn't watch it, did you?
No, I didn't, but I definitely didn't expect it to hold up to Jujutsu
That's
Kaisen.
true. Facts. It was good. It was good. I'm excited to watch more about it.
Does Bleach not drop soon?
Next week, maybe.
Next week? Okay.
Oh, I'm
That's what I'm
so
really
excited
excited
for Bleach.
That's what I'm excited for.
Bleach is so good. Bleach
I'm
is
so
so
ready.
good.
I'm so ready for Ichigo to remain my king.
I love Bleach, man. You can't go
Yeah,
wrong with Bleach. It really is just like the best show that ever exists.
it's so good. It's like One Piece, but like a quarter of the
I'm
season,
gonna
a
kill
quarter of
you.
the episode. Okay.
I'm gonna kill you. One Piece is the greatest show ever made. it is. It is so good. I finished it today. I watched the final episodes. The Zoro's fight against King is objectively the best episode of anime I've ever watched.
Actually,
It is fucking incredible. Like
okay, what's it on par with?
it's. I think it's in its own tier. Like I don't think Zoro. If I'm gonna pick my top three characters, Zoro is not in my top three. But his fight was just. It was the best animated out of all of the fights so far. It lasted the entire episode. It was just much more intense. It was more interesting. Fucking, it was crazy. My favorite. It wasn't my favorite fight. My favorite fight was definitely Kid and Law versus Big Mom because I like team ups and Law is my second favorite character. So it was really awesome watching him do really really cool stuff. I don't want to spoil because
Yeah,
it's a couple thousand
there's
episodes
probably not
and
many people caught up
yeah,
to.
it's like one of those rules of thumb that the One Piece community has. That's like, okay, don't talk about this, and this because they're too late in the show, and it's too risky. So
Yeah, because even if somebody's watching One Piece, they might not be that fast.
yeah, it's so good. Like I feel like you should watch it, Skylar, because I'm
The
rereading
fight
it.
or the show?
What?
The fight or the show?
I'll show you the fight, but if the fight doesn't make
Well,
you want to watch the show, I think you should probably not watch the show. But I think the fight will make you want to watch the show. In all honesty, especially because I know
if
how
I'm
much you
being
like animation and good storytelling. But if you go and watch One Piece or read One Piece or whatever you decide to insert it into yourself, uh, if you get to Baratier and you don't like it, you can just stop watching it because I don't think that you'll like the rest of it. Because I think that's like arc 4, I think. But that sounds a lot into it, but it really isn't. It's mainly like I think it would be like 40 episodes in. If you finish Baratier and you don't like it, then just stop. You're gonna have to get through Syrup Village, which I don't like personally. But Baratier is just it's king. It's crazy.
So I was originally gonna wait for the
Oh,
Netflix one
the
so I can
live
go in.
action one, right?
Yeah, so I can get a complete like pretty much like unbiased view.
That's fair. No, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I feel like that would be good because then you have somebody who's watched it, somebody who hasn't.
Yeah, and you'll also get up to Baratier. You'll get past that if you watch the Netflix one because they're gonna do it speed run style. The
Yeah, so I'll
entire
do that.
East Blue saga is in this season.
So I'll just do that
Yeah,
and then get started. Give is it a weekly type thing?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
They
I'll
might
watch
just
every
release it all at once. I wouldn't be shocked about
That'd
that.
be good. I would hope they just release it all at once. Let me just grind.
I wouldn't be upset about that, personally. Well,
Yeah,
One Piece is a grind show. At least for me, it is. At least
it is.
the last 2 years have been a big grind fest for me, and it feels really good to catch up. But it's really sad because
It's ended.
well, the animation is
It's been
so
grinding.
good now, and I feel rewarded like getting to this point because it's like it feels like Marine Ford, but instead of all the storylines connecting and everything being like, oh shit, this is where One Piece is going. It's more like a oh my god, we're finally at the point in which this can be watchable.
Nice. Yeah.
And it's not just watchable, it's beautiful. It's so good.
So what are you gonna do in your free time now that you're caught up?
Uh See, Skylar, I would like to tell you about that, but I have a habit of saying I'm gonna do things and then not doing them the second I say I'm gonna do them. But I'm gonna be doing things.
Awesome. Okay.
So
I
I'm
also got
sorry.
a
I'm really superstitious, so I actually can't talk about this.
I just recently got a Crunchyroll account because I was like, I need Blue Lock. I just needed it.
He finally succumbed. I'm actually thinking about getting rid of mine because I just finished One Piece. I have no reason for it anymore other than Blue
Blue
Lock, I
Lock.
guess. Yeah,
Blue Lock. There's Dragon Ball on there.
there's so much.
Uh,
I could just I really can just throw Dragon Ball on in the background while I draw, and I can pop out my little
some inspiration.
animation while things happen. That's pretty hype.
I'm ready to get into the next segment. If you don't
Yeah,
have
well,
anything
we're
else,
kind of already there. Me talking about
yeah,
One Piece. Uh,
yeah,
I guess I only experienced two other things, so I think I'm gonna go first this episode
no, go
and
for it.
talk about them because I don't really have much to say because I haven't done much. I continued to play Tears of the Kingdom. I really only did three things other than work on stuff. Uh, I watched One Piece. I finished it. I played Tears of the Kingdom and I watched Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf is getting
Nice.
good. This season of Teen Wolf is really good. For anyone who knows, you know what? Okay, so I'm gonna say this one because if this doesn't happen, I think I would be the least upset about it. I think I'm gonna make a video talking about how surprisingly good Teen Wolf is. Because
I hope just the next episodes are completely awful and just shatter your opinion. And then you'll
no,
change your
dude,
title
dude,
to
season
"Oh
one
my God, I was
season one is
wrong."
really bad. Season one is really really bad. But the following seasons kind of make up for it because season one is bad because they just don't have the budget that the other seasons do. But you can tell that the lore is there and that they are doing world building. They're honestly kind of just now getting to stuff that they talked about in season one, but it wasn't really like cool because they didn't have the budget to do any of that stuff that they talked about. It was just hinted to it. But this season was an adjustment because it was just so much better than the other seasons, like writing wise, that it honestly felt weird that that it was this good. So I didn't like the first couple episodes because I had to adjust to the fact that I couldn't guess what was gonna happen. And this entire season, since then, since I had that adjustment period, has just been really fantastic. It's the Dread Doctor season. If anyone wants to watch Teen Wolf, I know that community is very niche, especially for like I guess our fan base, but it's really good. It's really good. I like it a lot. Tears of the Kingdom. I'm trying to shoot a dragon with an arrow.
That's
I
awesome.
know. I
Now
shot a
let's
couple of
get
them, but
the
they've been
meat
the
and
wrong
potatoes.
dragons.
The meat and potatoes of cool arrows, dragons, and shooting. Let's
Tears of the
go.
Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom is I am probably like 20% through it, but I am 1 billion% confident that it is the best game ever made, hands down, without a singular doubt. I
Yeah,
have I have
that's
80 hours in the game, and I think I'm about 20% through it.
that is crazy.
I like
I
Breath
feel
of
like
the Wild was my previous first favorite game of all time, and what they did was they took the map of Breath of the Wild and then tripled it.
yeah.
Like
Isn't there
literally tripled it. Did you have you seen the maps?
I have. I know it's
There's an
very long, but then
entire
there's also the
underground.
underground.
There's
Yeah.
there's there's the freaking normal highland, and then there's the sky. There's not much in the sky, but like
It's so cool.
it's crazy. There's so much to do in the game. You can literally hundreds of hours, and you can never lose interest. Best game ever. It really is the best game ever. And I thought that Breath of the Wild. I think Breath of the Wild didn't need DLC to be the best game ever, but with the DLC, it just had so many hours of gameplay and fun. Tears of the Kingdom is just Breath of the Wild, but 10 times better.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's a pretty popular opinion. From
Yeah,
what I've seen, everybody talk about Tears of the
yeah,
Kingdom. They're like, this is nothing but the best game of all
yeah,
time.
exactly. So I see what I was gonna work on instead of doing the thing that I am working on. Uh, was a Tears of the Kingdom video because of how much I was enjoying it. But then I realized no one gives a fuck if I just make a video that says Tears of the Kingdom is good. Like, where are the differing opinions in that, you know?
Yeah. Everybody's like, oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. I think I could bring something else to the table with the other thing I'm working on.
Yeah. You
That's
probably
fine.
can.
Okay, what have you been experiencing the last little bit?
Cool. Okay, so I have one episode left of Better Call Saul,
Woo!
and yeah, I actually watched it yesterday with Lily because I went up to her place, and we watched it there, and I got there like late. It was like 9:30 ish, but they're like hour episodes. So, and I woke up at like 6 that morning, so I was tired. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to like watch this last one and actually watch it.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna go to bed.
Yeah,
So we
that's fair,
have
man.
one left. Yes, and I don't know if this is gonna be like a bold take or not, but I think I enjoy it more than Breaking Bad.
That's so fair. I've heard that they're just very different shows.
Yeah, they are. I personally would recommend to watch Better Call
I
Saul
want
first.
to. I started it a while ago. Back whenever I worked at Cohen, I started watching I finished the first episode and the second episode actually, but then I just never stuck with it. I actually did that with a couple shows I started at Cohen. One of them I regret not finishing, and I really want to finish it, which was Sandman. I've heard it's I liked it. I really enjoyed it. There's no reason why I didn't finish watching it. That I just didn't.
I remember that. I was watching that with Chandler.
Yeah.
I didn't like it that much.
What?
I
Oh,
don't
it's
think.
okay.
I think I just need to go back. I
Maybe.
think I
I
just
don't
need to
know.
go back to it. But yeah, I would recommend to watch Better Call Saul first because I think watching Breaking Bad kind of spoils a lot of the like
I
big
already
action
watched
scenes. It will,
Breaking
yeah,
Bad.
obviously. Like Saul won't die in it because he's in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
But I think it ruins a lot of the action. There's still a lot of plot twists though.
That's good.
Um yeah, I think Jimmy McGill himself is just very interesting. I feel like I never know what he's thinking or what he's gonna do. He constantly starts some plot, some scam, some prank, some trick, some trial idea. Never know where it's going. It genuinely could be like he could walk up and I think he's gonna apologize and he'll throw bowling balls at a car. Like genuinely all over the place. And then the side character, I should say spoilers. Um but his like romantic interest is fantastic. I think she complements Saul so well and I think it's just great. And then obviously you get hints of Breaking Bad. You see a lot of Breaking Bad characters in it. I don't know. I like it more. Like I
That's
feel
so
like there
fair,
aren't
man.
as many
I
adulterators.
honestly don't think that anyone's gonna come at your neck for that statement because I think those shows are
They're
pretty
really
viewed
good.
on equal terms. Like basically
Really,
like
really
the
good.
same level of quality, just it's down to preference.
Yeah, like I don't know. I feel like Breaking Bad had too many like I don't know.
Lulls, I
Moments that are
guess.
just, like, dull moments, like,
Uh,
I
I
don't wanna
just,
say dull because it's not, like I don't wanna say it's, like, dull, but, like, just, like, moments that aren't as interesting.
see,
Like, I feel like
I
that's
don't
too big.
know if I can agree or disagree with that because I don't. I think I would agree now because I think my attention span is a lot shorter than it was back when COVID happened. Whenever I watched Breaking Bad for the first time, because I had nothing but time and to watch
Mhm.
shit. So I think if I watched it now, I would agree. But I remember looking back on Breaking Bad, watching it, and thinking it was perfect.
Yeah, well, I mean, I watched it pretty recently.
Yeah,
So, I can remember those dull things. I don't remember all of them, and I remember being like, "This is fantastic," and, like, not regretting watching it at all. But I remember, like, a couple episodes where I'm like, "Oh my god." Like, I would check the time, like, 3 times. I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm still only 20 minutes in." And, like, some episodes like that. And I really haven't had that with Better Call Saul.
that's awesome. I like Lost stuff too. That was one of
And,
my
like,
favorite parts of Daredevil.
it kinda picks up steam really fast.
It's good.
Like, once it gets rolling, it pretty much doesn't
Stays rolling.
stop too much. Like, it takes it a little bit. I'd say, like, the first season isn't probably as interesting as Breaking Bad, but I'd say most of the seasons after that are more interesting, if not as interesting.
That's awesome. I got to get
Yeah, but
around to it. I know it.
a lot of the beginning is just the introductions, getting to know, like,
Yeah.
understanding more. But, there's a lot of references to Breaking Bad
I'm very
as well.
excited for those.
Yeah, and um like, you get to see some of the characters, and me and Lily were
Oh,
waiting to
really?
see, obviously, the main characters,
Oh, that's fun.
and, yeah, and they finally came spoiler, they finally came in the last little bit, we got to see them,
Oh, that's
but
really fun. We
yeah,
like that.
and yeah, and it's not like, El Camino,
I
and I
haven't seen El Camino. I'm not gonna lie.
personally wasn't a fan,
All right.
but,
I want to watch it
I feel like
eventually.
too many of the characters look too different, and it kinda threw it off,
Interesting.
but I also obviously watched the Jujutsu Kaisen episode. I've also
Jujutsu
been
Kaisen.
watching more Dragon Ball in the
Of
background.
course.
Like
After you said that, I might go and just start watching the Cell Saga.
I actually watched the Caden came over and
Mhm.
he wanted to watch Goku except immediately after he turned Super Saiyan,
Hmm.
like for the first time. He wanted
Yeah.
to watch the episode after that.
Why?
I don't know.
Your
Like
brother's so weird. I love him. We really got to get him on the
he
podcast
got
one of these
he got
days.
I am like I'm the light in the dark. He got that
Oh,
speech. So at least he got that.
that's
And
huge.
then I wanted to watch Vegito,
Mm,
obviously for the first time.
yeah.
And then a couple of days ago I watched Goku First Baby from
Oh,
GT.
why, bro? GT's grody. You
You
don't like
see,
that.
because I saw the card coming out in Dokkan and I was like, I want to see that animation and see how much better it looks. And it is night and day between the show and the game. The game is so much better.
That's really funny.
Yeah, but I've been watching that. I feel like there's something else.
Do you want to hear a One Piece theory that I believe with all of my heart? I
Absolutely.
think that Blackbeard is an octopus.
Um,
I think
explain
Blackbeard is specifically a kraken.
why. Actually, the Krakens are cool, so I would like
No, no.
that.
I
I
here's
like
here.
Kraken.
There's
Like
a
the
lot to this
Kraken.
theory. There's a lot to this theory. So this thing I'm gonna tell you is a pretty massive spoiler. Like this is probably the second biggest spoiler in the entire show. So are you okay with hearing it?
Yes, I am because I am a giant. Like I genuinely,
I
I
know
like
you
the
hate
Kraken.
One Piece. I know you hate it a lot.
No, I like the Kraken a lot. So anytime he's brought up, I kind of enjoy it.
Okay, this is just a theory. It's not like a thing that's actually gonna happen. So
It might.
yeah, you're right. So big spoiler for Marine Ford. There are a couple things that happen in it that kind of kind of change things, and you probably know one of them already. I knew it going into it, but one of them that I didn't know was that Blackbeard finds a way to have two devil fruits at once, and the common consensus is that he has three hearts and can have three devil. I have not read the manga. I'm just prefacing that in case something in the manga, because I know that we're in the final
Says
arc
that.
in the manga at the moment, so a lot of questions are being answered. So I don't know those answers. So right now, the last thing I saw was Big Mom get defeated. That's all of my information. But Blackbeard has three hearts, we believe, and that's the reason why he can have multiple devil fruits. So I think what happened was he ate the kraken fruit. I think it was the octopus fruit model kraken or mythical fruit or whatever, and he's
Mhm.
able, and that allows him to have other devil fruit and have multiple powers, because octopus give you well, octopus in general have three hearts, so it would explain that Blackbeard has three hearts. Octopus also don't sleep in the show. Everyone talks about how weird Blackbeard is because he doesn't sleep, and also his flag has 8 bones, which is
Ooh,
weird because
yep. Eight
there's
legs.
3 skulls. So you'd think
Eight
there
legs.
would be either like there would be like 6 for the two per thing, or like 9 because it's 3 times 3, but there's 8. So octopus. Yeah, that's my theory. And also it's very piratey for the final boss to be a kraken, you know?
It is. I kind
That
of like that actually.
yeah, I think that's a pretty good theory. I don't
That'll be
know if
something that
that's
I'll be able to
original
look.
or not, but I just think that one has possibility to be true.
If I get to it, I'll be able to look around and see that and see if like it makes sense me going through it
Well,
because
I mean, if
obviously
you look back at I've been rereading a lot of One Piece. If you look back at Jaya, they really kind of shove it down your throat that Blackbeard is more than one person. So like
Mhm.
you'll definitely see it if you rewatch Jaya, or if you were listening to me now without heeding my warnings. Blackbeard is weird, and they really make it a point for you to notice that. Sorry for that ramble.
That's
Go ahead.
at first I wasn't sure where you were going with this, but that actually sounds really cool.
I know, right? Like, okay,
Like
that's just like
I'm
how
not
it
lying.
is. That's just how it
Yeah,
is in the show. Is that
it would be cool.
there's just
It'd be a good
so
ending
many
for a pirate
things.
show. Defeat the Kraken. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, if they don't do it, then maybe they're listening in on you and they're
Yeah,
like, "Yo,
I
dude,
wouldn't be
break
shocked
that
if that's
down."
what it is because One Piece is always about doing really cool things. Blackbeard in general is a really cool villain because he has the exact same ideology as. I'm sorry. I'll save this. This is not for this. I'm sorry. I gotta stop talking. I there I need to have a journal because I talk about One Piece way too much and it is really annoying my friends and family.
You'll go outside and be like, "Yo, that's in One Piece."
No,
Yo,
like
that's
literally,
crazy. They literally use that to make a boat.
I
That does
really
not joke.
wish that more people watch the show because it's so good and there's so many points that I want to talk with people about. But the only people I know that watch it are Nico, Corey, and Austin. And Corey is very lame and he does not care about theories. and, and he doesn't have any theories. He doesn't come up with any of them. So I can't talk with him about it. I don't want to talk about current theories of Nico because he is only halfway through Wano at the moment, and Austin is barely at Sabity, so I can't talk about anything with him.
Man, you're picking the bottom fruit,
I
aren't
know
you?
it's sad. I just need an outlet for talking about One Piece so badly. All right, I kept cutting you off. What were you gonna say?
I honestly don't even know anymore.
Fuck, I'm so sorry, man.
What were we talking about
I
before
don't
One
know,
Piece?
but we're a little bit over an hour, so I wouldn't mind wrapping it a little bit up, and then we can continue whatever we are talking about Kung Fu Panda 2 next time, hopefully with Corey.
Yeah, hopefully. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, I
So
thought you wanted to do Puss in Boots. Are you talking about after Kung Fu Panda?
yeah, we're doing Puss in Boots after Kung Fu Panda. We're gonna do the entire trilogy of Kung Fu Panda.
Okay, I was just double checking that.
Yeah, awesome. So if you guys enjoyed, please comment down below what movies you want us to do in the future. Subscribe, please. It would be very, very nice and helpful. Go over to our Instagram at Mediak Podcast, our Twitter also by the same handle. Other than that, see you guys later. Goodbye.